Hi, it's Liz Kozar with Park Bench Estes Park, and today I have the privilege of being at Frames, Games, and Things Unnamed,
That's
correct?
correct.
And I am here with owner Paul Johnson. Paul owns the store with his wife Julie, so thank you so much, Paul, for giving us some time today.
Well, thanks for coming in.
I really want to get down to about what's in the store because you have a lot of cool things here. But when did you get started?
We actually started the store in Longmont
Okay.
In 2011.
All right.
We cleverly moved up here in April of 2013 in preparation for the flood.
You picked a great time.
Oh, we did. It was an awesome time. It was a lot of fun, but it has been the best place to be that I can think of. We actually had done well here. We opened a second store in Breckenridge, and I hated it. Nobody up there works. It was just two stores to do one thing, and
Really?
so when the lease and that one ended, we just moved everything back here. And if they don't get any games or puzzles up there, it's not my problem. I got them all here.
Well,
So,
we love that.
yeah, this is just a better, friendlier town to be in. The other stores are friendly. Everybody gets along, and we can calmly do what we like to do.
That's why we're here in Estes Park.
That's it.
So I'm going to just kind of give it to you. I would like to give an overview. I mean, obviously, the name of the store, Frames, Games, Things Unnamed, but tell us a little bit more about the concept of what you do here.
So it evolved, I'm going to say, from when we first named it back when. I was going to make picture frames when I retired, and
Because you do that as
because
well.
I do that.
Okay.
But you're probably not just going to have a picture frame store and be highly successful
Okay.
anymore. So we looked for some wooden games that we could build to, give us something else to sell, to do some things, and I realized how hard they were to build and how long it took and how much money they would be, and I said, you used to be a buyer. Why don't you see if somebody else does this, does a great job for less money, quicker, what have you. And we got very lucky, and we found somebody that makes our wooden games and puzzles for us, even in the U.S., which is a big deal to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And they're unique, they're fun, they're different. I wholesale them as well. I have a couple of dealers in the state, but they're not the kind of a thing that you're going to find. Frankly, nobody in Denver has them, as an example, because you got to buy them from me, and I would know if you had them. But that just started growing, and then as we started doing that, people would come in and say, yeah, but do you have, and do you have, and do you have? And if you ask me that 8 or 10 times, I don't know, the bulb goes off, and I'll go wonder if we could get that. And so it has grown. I have an order coming in today, as a matter of fact, that half of the stuff is new stuff, and we're going to the New York Toy Fair at the end of the month to see if we can fill in some more spots on the shelves and do a little different, but bring things here that you don't have to go to Denver or Fort Collins or anywhere, because it's going to be right here and available. We even, starting this last fall, started even renting games out. So if you came here on vacation and you're a big Catan player, but you forgot to bring the game, I have it here, and you can buy another one from me, though I don't know why you would.
Well,
or you can rent it for the night.
well, that's pretty neat.
And so if it's somebody even locally that Catan, what is that? If you want to rent it for the night and find out if you like it before you spend $55 to buy one, try it. What if you don't like it?
I love that. So I did stop in the store. I'd just like to talk about that. You have, and we're going to be featuring some photos here for people, but I wish we could kind of take them around the store. But hey, come on and visit. Just how you have the game set up. I mean, you have it set up so people can come in and actually be interactive with them, right?
Correct. We have a 7-foot table in the front part of the store here that's got a dozen or more games on, and we have a like table in the back that's full of wooden mind bender type puzzles. And then we have chess out. I generally have a chess table out on the back patio here that people can just walk by and play. We usually, in nice weather, not snow like we're having today, have a couple other tables out there so somebody can grab a cup of coffee and sneak down and sit down and play a game. If you don't like the one I got out there, grab a different one. We don't care.
That's pretty neat. So about some of these games, we had a conversation earlier about them being fun but educational. Can you talk to us about that a little bit more and engaging people of all different ages in doing it?
We don't do computer type things, and we're not big on phones and texting and etc. We like people to talk to each other. So a lot of our drive has been to have things that whether you're 5 or 95, you would have a chance in the game, that you can play with the family on the holidays or any given night. Doesn't make any difference, as opposed to being excluded. We don't care if you're boys or girls. If you want to be an architect, do something architectural. Don't take auto mechanics or cooking, because you're probably not going to be an architect when you're done.
There you go, right.
The fun part is a lot of the younger people that myself and many others always just said, all they're going to do is text and be on the phones. You don't see phones out in here, iPads. You get a lot more of, what is this? How does that work? What do you do? Young people will meet each other from all over the country, the world even sometimes, and sit for an hour or two at the tables trying different puzzles and talking to each other. And then they leave and they'll never see each other again, but for an hour they were family. And
actually engaged.
And they do, and
Yeah.
it's amazingly fun to watch. That's the coolest part about being able to do this, is seeing somebody do something that isn't just stupid. So they can grow up and go to the restaurant too. Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Yeah,
but it's the truth.
It is.
Yeah.
And
you also had puzzles.
we have a lot of jigsaw puzzles from 4 or 5 different manufacturers, including murder mystery puzzles and Colorado type puzzles, folk art puzzles for jigsaw type people. Some of which we have in the past glued up for people, framed for people. I still do the framing. It's not the main part of the business, and you can talk to the folks I've done it for. They like it, but they'll tell you I'm kind of slow. I got a store to run and other things to do, and I just want to do it right when I do it. So if you need it overnight, I got some people I can recommend for you, but it's probably not me.
And maybe not as good of a job as you'd put into it.
Well, I'm pretty sure others do a good job. Nobody, at anything, I don't believe people get up in the morning to try to see what we can do wrong today.
That's a good
It's
thing.
our what can make today positive,
Absolutely.
unless you're a politician.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that at this time. But so, what would you say were some of the more unique things that you would carry?
We do a lot of cribbage, and we make the cribbage boards so we can personalize them. We do things from the football teams. If your football team happened to win yesterday, I got a nice KC one here. I got Harley Davidson aspen trees, elk, moose.
I see that. Yeah.
Military, Harry Potter. We like to just play with just about anything, but we've had people come in with specific requests, and I can't do them overnight, but we'll get them made for them.
You can actually custom make a cribbage board.
Correct.
Oh.
We do a lot of them. So
That's
most
a
of
great
these are
gift
ones we
idea.
make. You get the pegs with them, but you get to pick them out, because I don't know what your house looks like, so why should I pick them?
So, what if I don't know how to play cribbage?
If you got the time, I've got 2 or 3 boards set up on the back table. We'll be happy to take the time to show you.
So you actually do that?
Yep, and cribbage is not a difficult game. It's I taught my daughter when she was 8 years old. It's the first thing we do whenever she and I get together, and she's going to be 40 this year, so we got 31 plus years
I love that.
of doing it, and it's our time together. She claims it's the best math teacher she ever had because you can't kick dad's butt if you don't know how to count your points.
So that's important.
It is,
I love that.
but it's all between that. We have a shut the box game that's a great math teacher. There are things that you can do together, play together, have fun together. And if you accidentally learn something, I guess that can't be my fault. You know, that,
You won't take credit
No,
for that?
no,
Oh,
I
okay. That's an after effect.
Exactly. Play with them. So a lot of the games and puzzles that we carry are designed to do just that, make you think and talk. I had got a whole line of escape room games that people can play at home. And it's not, I'm not telling you don't go to an escape room. They're a lot of fun. But it's not a bad idea to play one of these first, find out what you're going to be doing when you get to the escape room. And we sell quite a few of them, but you can entertain a whole family for an evening for $20.
And not just one time.
Well,
right?
most of those are going to be one-time use.
Gotcha.
Only because you know the answer. But could I give it to my sister? Could I do whatever? You can do that. Or if you had the family tournament at Christmas, 6 of you in the morning, 6 of us in the afternoon, who got it the fastest. And that gives you something to do on the holidays when oftentimes it gets a little boring midday and you don't want to watch those 2 football teams with me and Dad having a beer talking religion and politics.
Yeah, that gives you something else. I love that.
So they're fun things to do, and they make us all talk to each other regardless of age.
Yeah, getting back to the basics.
Yes.
So some of the things unnamed,
we have wooden watches, but the concept of the things unnamed is that between myself and a couple of the guys that I work with that are woodworkers, we get requests once in a while. Can you make a
whatever?
Well, we don't know what it is, so those are things unnamed.
Love that.
You didn't ask me yet.
Okay.
And so if we can, we'll give it an effort. Or, you know, if it's something that we were going to do that I thought was just going to be too expensive for somebody, but I know some place where you can get one, I'll just send you there. I don't need to tie up 2 weeks of my time making something that you're disappointed in because it costs more than you thought it should.
You know, you're not
the
first one to say that in town, really. About one nice, wonderful thing about living in a small town like this is that people are sending people elsewhere if they're not able to help.
Correct.
They're still going to help them, and they might not be able to help them directly.
Correct. There's
that.
a lot of cool stores. My wife and I used to come up here 20 times a year and shop all the time. So
What a great place.
it's worth it, and visit them all.
Yeah. So, is there anything that surprised you the most after opening up the business? Something you didn't expect? What would that be? You know, something?
When we first opened, when we were a little bit more on the 2 main blocks downtown, there were less local people, can I say? Didn't shop there, so they didn't see things. In my first 30 days down here in this location, I met more locals than I did in 4 years up the street.
Really?
Because they go to the coffee shops or ads or whatever.
And then stumble upon you.
And we're on the Riverwalk now, so people would just go, I didn't know it was here. It's all right. It takes time. And today might be the day you need something. It may not be. You got a birthday coming up in 2 months. Now you know we're here.
Right.
And so we're open year round. Like many of them in winter months, I'll actually try to steal a few days and take some days off or take some days in the shop so I can make stuff and have it ready for summer. But pretty much all weekends we're here, and 1 or 2 of the weekdays as well. In February, we'll be here every day in March for spring break, like the rest of them will.
Yeah. And then summer.
And then summer. And then I'll get another day off in January.
Well, a well-deserved day off.
That's what
That's
some
right.
people say. Yeah, I keep wondering then who's running it.
I could understand that. Well, I lost my train of thought.
It's easy to do. There's
Especially for me.
lots of different pieces. We're very big on games and puzzles. Because they are things that make us all talk to each other. We have a lot of chess, including our largest selling chess is the vertical chess that you put right up on the wall, so it's kind of an artwork.
But you actually can play chess.
You play right on the wall.
All right, I have to be sure to get a photo of that.
And because you can do that, then people tend to buy some more unique pieces because it is kind of an artwork. So I have a lady that makes me Harry Potter chess and Alice Through the Looking Glass, and we have dragons and Game of Thrones, and I have a teddy bear chess, and I don't know, have a little fun.
Oh, yeah.
Do something different.
And really, it was very deceiving when I walked into the store. There is a lot of inventory here, a lot of variation in the types of games. You could probably spend quite a bit of time here, and maybe I'll have you teach me cribbage or chess, which I don't know how to play either of.
There are people who spend a couple hours in here, and you're more than welcome at any point in time. There's no sign on the door that says if you don't have a Visa card you can't come in. You're welcome to come in and see what it is and make your own decisions.
That's great. And you had mentioned, like, if someone wanted a special order, what is the best way to get in contact with you?
We do have a website. I even have, if for some reason you came by and I'm closed, I got a little deal on the window out there that you can grab a card. But especially in the puzzles and stuff like that, just to look at the pictures, and I describe to most people my little Amazon looking thing. This one's too hard for Billy's 8th birthday. We'll get him the easy one, but it turns out this one's 20 times harder than this one, but it looked easier in the picture. Pick up the phone and call us.
Yeah.
I won't sell you something that is inappropriate that you can't use. I want your 8-year-old to be excited about the concept of puzzles and come back and be a customer one day. I don't want them looking at it going, wow, I could never do those.
Put that aside, yeah.
And age has nothing to do with the stuff. I've had 7, 8, and 9-year-olds come in here that do the puzzles better than I can.
I believe it.
And I've had others that are 40 years old and struggle with the first beginner puzzle just because they've never done it before.
Right.
If you haven't done them before, start at the beginning.
Yeah, that's great. So we will have contact information on the Park Bench page, phone number. Do stop in, see Paul. He's a lot of fun.
The store is fun. I just come with it.
But he's very informative. Like you said, it's important if you're looking for an 8-year-old kind of directing you, and there's games in here that I've never heard of that you make fun just by learning about it. So
and anybody can learn it at any age. It doesn't make any difference if you're young or old. Do something other than sit.
Absolutely. So come see Paul at Frames, Games, and Things Unnamed.
Correct.
Boy, that was and hey, Paul, thank you so much for just sharing.
Well, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Okay, it was great to see you.
You can all come by.
Come by.
See it for yourself.
There you go. All right, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks.